What's up, guys? It's your boy James, aka 68J, coming to you on this beautiful Friday. It's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I'm here with the one and only, the fellas. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing today?
What's up?
How you guys doing?
Good.
Everybody.
All right.
What's going on?
So for those of you guys don't know, I've got my, obviously you guys know Frankie, the man, the myth, the legend. Frankie Legend's in the house. We got Mike, my brother from another mother. And I've got my actual real brother on. That's JayMac in the house for the first time. JayMac, how you doing?
Doing all right. How you?
And then my oldest, for those of you guys don't know, my oldest son, Jalen's in the house. How you doing, Jay?
Doing pretty good.
Frankie and Mike, what's up, fellas?
Hanging in there, man. Glad to be here. How you doing today?
Doing amazing, my man. Doing amazing. But before we get started, ladies got their ladies night. We don't have no ladies night music, but damn it, you know how we do it. I always got to play my boy Crypto4Life. Crypto4Life. Let them know how we feel. Woo! Here we go.
Hey, look, 4 years and it's still no cheers. It's fear selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get promoted? It's music when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, got them choosing. This one.
All right, damn it, that's enough of that. Let's get right into it. All right, guys, let's get into it. So, JayMac, what's up, man? How you doing, bro?
Doing all right. First time here. Appreciate it.
First time here in the know. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and talk about who is JayMac. Obviously I might favor you a little bit more than the rest of the guests. You my brother, let me stop. And go and let them know who you are, your background, and just we'll keep it there before we get into the questions. And then Jalen, you'll follow, and then we'll swoop into Frankie and Mike. And for those of you guys that are tuning in right now, we appreciate you guys in a major way. Make sure you go over to my Crypto4Life page and hit the like and subscribe and notification bell so you guys don't miss any of the incredible information that we share here each and every day. We had my brother on, Echo, and Bo this morning. So if you guys get a chance, make sure you guys check that out. But JayMac, take it away, brother.
Well, JayMac, real name Jermaine. I'm 68J's brother. Came a long way. Born in Brooklyn by way of Florida, now in California. I've been into a lot of things. Business-wise, done car lots, cell phone stores. I've been in distribution and sales almost my whole life. So, yeah, that's my story in a nutshell.
Now you got some little ones, man, and you played some ball back in the day too. You was a hell of a ball player. So don't leave those things out. Talk a little bit about the kiddos and about.
Yeah, I don't like to boast about myself too much, but yeah, I had a pretty good jumper back in the day, as you know. I'm a father.
He was all right. No, just like
Jermaine was a piece of work back in the day.
Yeah. So I'm a father of three wonderful children. My son is 30, married. Jada's about to be married, and my youngest boy is in Virginia. And he's doing well. Can't complain.
Yeah, the funny thing about my brother Jermaine is he's a year and 10 months younger than me, but always had kids before me. So he had his son first, and then I followed with his son. He had his daughter first. I'll follow with the daughter. So it always just kind of worked out that way. Jalen, what's up? What's up, my brother?
Not much.
That's my oldest, man. Talk about you got a lot of things going on, man. Talk about just your background, what you've been doing as far as school. I know you're getting ready to graduate, and you and your better half, who just graduated as a doctor in psychology. Y'all get ready to move to Hawaii. Talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So I did biology at Fresno State for a while, and I was pre-med. So I was doing lots of stuff with ER and trauma stuff, and ended up realizing it wasn't what I wanted to do. So ended up kind of just working for a while, and then ended up kind of stumbling into tech and cryptocurrency, and then now I'm in cybersecurity. So I'm almost done with that, and gonna be moving to Hawaii soon with my girlfriend Pam. She got a job down there. She's getting her doctorate in psychology, so yeah, pretty excited about that. And I'll be finishing up school around the same time. So yeah,
cool.
Yeah, what's kind of cool about that, I remember maybe I don't know, maybe when we first literally left California and the crypto boom happened back in 2021, my wife and I decided to leave, and all our kids were grown, and we decided to just kind of spend a year here and there around the world. The first place we went to was Hawaii, and the kids would come out and visit us. And I remember Jalen coming out and said, "Man, one day I sure would like to live here." And who would have thought? Here we are 3 years, 4 years later, son, and you're about to move to Hawaii. That's kind of phenomenal.
Yeah, it worked out perfectly.
Now we've got a few. Now we've got some stuff to talk about in regards to you, Jalen, because not only are you pretty tech savvy. I mean, my son, when it comes to certain things like staking, like certain projects, Bitcoin oracles, I mean, he has way more knowledge than probably anybody on this platform right now. I can tell you that he's big time into crypto. He's also one of the people that was affected by the scandal in Terra Luna and USD. Dude lost almost like 40, 50 grand in that, and it was devastating. Yeah. So we'll ask him some questions on that as well. But before we do, let's get into my man Mike O and Frankie Legend. How you guys this week been going?
Oh man, I've been hanging in there. How's your week been, Frankie?
My week's good. I always look forward to the weekends. Get a break from the 9 to 5, and then I get to spend a little bit more time in my second job. Crypto.
Right. That'll work.
I love it. And you got, I think we mentioned this last time, Frank, but either you got married or there's a marriage coming up.
Oh, I'm engaged. I got engaged in February, mid-February.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I want to come.
Congratulations, man.
We're going to be there, not only because, we want to support you. My wife's your best friend, but just so I can get some more of that barbecue. Let me stop. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to go and get into it. Let's see. Let's talk about your backgrounds and your interests into crypto. Now, I know, obviously, Mike O. You guys know his story. If you heard about some of the phenomenal things he's done in crypto, Frankie Legend obviously has a lot of things going on. We got some questions that's going to be answered by everyone. But before we get into that, let's ask Jalen. Let's talk about some of the projects that you're into right now, son. Talk about some of the staking things that you're into, and we'll hold off on the Luna USDT story, but we'll get to that in a bit. Let's just talk about some of the things you're excited about and some of the projects that you're involved in. I know you're really good at staking, finding like free coins that you're able to get, and all. Shed some light on that if you don't mind.
Yeah. So right now there's probably like three things I've been kind of looking at. The first one is I'm sure everyone's heard about it. TON coin. Mainly, that's just like it's a new blockchain. It's backed by Telegram, like the messaging app. And they've got some interesting things like with staking. They're actually going to subsidize their channel, like their channel holders with TON coin. So like you could basically be paid in ads. You'll be able to be paid for the ads that are on your channel. So they're kind of doing some interesting things with like incorporating into the messaging app. And also it's just good. Like I kind of like it when there's like a cryptocurrency project that's actually tied to a real world company, which is Telegram. So it's probably one of the biggest messaging apps out there, and I don't really see it going away anytime soon. And it's up a lot, actually. There's like a lot of interesting staking things. Like really with Telegram, there's so many different types of things you can do with it. It's not just a messaging app. You could actually day trade through the messaging app. You could put in like orders to buy and sell different cryptos or Forex. There's sports betting that's coming to it. There's games on the messaging app, so all of that just kind of ties into crypto, and it's pretty interesting. So I've got a little bit of time myself.
No, I see that. I don't want to cut you off, but I see that TON's up 143% in the last couple months. Absolutely incredible. And it's funny because I always, Dad talks a lot about you on the show, and how a lot of times the things that you told me about, I kind of script it. I joke around, but everyone knows who you are, Jalen, because I always give examples of how you told me to get it. And by the way, if you guys can mute your mic, somebody either, I don't know if it's like a kid saying "what" or something, but I'm hearing something in the background.
Yeah, that's my dog, Luna.
Oh, Luna, no, that's okay. If it's your dog, she's good. Okay, Luna. What's up, Luna?
Hey, James, can I ask Jalen a question?
Yeah, hold on one second. Hold on one second, Mike. So
Yeah.
what I want to do real quick is I want to I lost what was I saying about before the dog? Oh yeah. So what were the two projects that you told me about, Jalen, that I want to missing went up to in the thousands of percents? One was you told me early, like really early. What were the two?
It was Caspa
and
Ordi. Just
Ordi, that's right. Yeah, and Jalen told me about that, guys, in the very beginning stages. And you're talking about, I mean, if you think about, if I'd have put a small percentage of my portfolio in those assets, you would have been talking about hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars in gains. It's just crazy.
Right.
It's crazy to think about with those. Go ahead, Michael. Go ahead, buddy.
No, I was gonna ask Jalen where he starts and where he does his research, because I've heard a ton. Somebody told me about that a week or two ago, and I kind of just had to act like, yeah, I knew what he was talking about. I didn't really know what he was talking about, but now your son is mentioning it too, and then you've told us about other picks that he's mentioned that we see have done really well. So we know about you, Jalen. I was just wondering, how do you do your research and where are you finding these gems?
A lot of it is Twitter. Crypto Twitter in general. There's a lot of big people that I just kind of follow, and typically those people tend to stay in the know. And also Telegram. So it's sort of like a combination of just Telegram, Twitter.
Yeah.
I'm terminally online. I'm just, I'm online all the time. So every time something gets mentioned,
cool.
Even if I'm on the go or not home, I'll be, researching.
Well, I'll tell you this: how you're analyzing the information, that's second to none, because a lot of cryptocurrencies are getting thrown out on Twitter and Telegram, but you seem to be picking the ones that have a promising future. So I give you your props on that for sure.
Yeah, I think what it is.
I mean,
it's the people that he's following.
I've been in it for a while. It's there's a lot of noise on Twitter, so you get a lot of people who are shilling some kind of random stuff. It does get kind of hard to kind of weed out the winners and the losers, really. And but really it just kind of comes down to just fundamentals. Like, I realize the more simple the narrative is, like the more simple it is, usually that's the biggest thing. In terms of like things going up. When it's when it's something real, like this crypto company this crypto project has a real company behind it, or if it's solving a real problem, then that's typically really bullish. But I realize, like, if it's something that's overly complicated, or like a meme, not to fade memes, but just the more complicated the narrative, it usually doesn't really, I'm starting to realize, like, the average person doesn't care about, all this crazy, really complicated things, like,
okay.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense.
So we're gonna get into the questions, but I definitely appreciate that feedback, Jalen. And shouts out to all those who are watching right now. We've got just under 300 people live on X and on YouTube. Appreciate you guys in a major way. Shouts out to the group, Optimistic Primes in the house. Anthony Wanner, Big Bro 10, appreciate you guys. Crypto Logic, my brother Crypto OG, who's going to be out here hanging out with us. Shouts out to Crypto OG. My beautiful queen Jeanette says, thank you, Anthony Wanner. We appreciate you, brother, for the donation to the channel. Let's see here. We have Marvin Davis. Let's see who else we have here in the chat. We got Baller Not One, Crypto Mountain Man. Appreciate you in a major way. Let's see here. Becky Forbes, appreciate you. Torch Barrier, appreciate you in a major way. Always One Away. Guys, thank you guys for your support, OMC. Let's get back into it. So it looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulty there with Jermaine. Hopefully he'll get back on in just a second. But in your opinion, let's talk about this in a minute. For anybody who wants to answer this, how big of an opportunity is crypto for people right now, for the average Joe? How big of an opportunity would you guys say this is? Anybody can answer.
I think it's a huge opportunity, but it also depends on the person, because if someone knows about this opportunity and sits on the sideline, then they're only going to be left with a bunch of regret here when the bull cycle happens. And then there's other people that just don't know about it at all, and they're going to just live their life and go on as regular. But for people like us that have ourselves positioned right, it's a great opportunity, and it could be life changing. When you know people that have personally been in the space that have made life changing money, it's a pretty simple equation to be involved and get ready for the next time that this comes around. So myself personally, I know people personally that have made life-changing money, and through this space, I've met and encountered other people that have done the same thing. So this is not some esoteric, unreachable type of scenario. This is something that we all need to take advantage of and be ready for, because the time is coming. And if we're wrong, so what? Let's figure out the next thing. But for now, this is it. This is the opportunity, and we have to take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves.
Absolutely. Frankie Legend. No question.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with Mike's assessment. I feel like it's it's something that's not regulated yet. I would equate it to like the crypto or the .com era, the gold rush era. This is a technological kind of a gold rush era, right? But there's utility within it. You see store of value with Bitcoin, so I definitely agree that to definitely have some interest or some kind of stake in the game, but don't definitely sit on the sideline, right? Obviously, invest what you can afford, be strategic about it, try to be involved, and do your own research. I think is going to put you in a advantageous position.
Right.
Yeah, well said. Well said. Jalen, any advice for people, getting into crypto? Now what I'm going to do is actually get a little bit into your story, son, because people have to be careful, and sometimes even when you try to be careful, you can still get it wrong. Now, the thing with Jalen is he obviously has a father that's so well invested. He has nothing to ever worry about. But and that's kind of what I told him, because I was devastated when he took that loss. He got in early, made some really good money in crypto. But even when you're doing the right thing, son, sometimes things just don't work out. I want you to talk about that part of it and what you actually endured with Luna and USD and how that was devastating, and the events leading up to that, and what advice you would give to people and what they should be looking for when they're looking at projects, if you don't mind.
Yeah, with Terra Luna, I think what mainly just kind of did me in is I just got a little bit too complacent, and I guess I was just kind of too trusting. A lot of people were kind of shilling, Terra Luna, and some really reputable people were kind of talking it up, and
the thing that was hard, son, it was actually ranked in the top like 20 or something. I mean, it was like a top coin. Yeah,
it was like it was a top 20 project, and it wasn't Terra Luna that did me in. It was UST and that whole deep pegging thing that happened. And I had like a bunch of money kind of staked, and it was kind of earning crazy amounts of interest. And I think I was probably earning like $100 a day with all the money I had in it. And in hindsight, that's kind of like, that's a little bit too good to be true, earning 100% interest on, APY on some stable coins. But I just got a little bit too complacent, and then that deep pegging happened, and I wasn't sure if I should take the 80, the 20% haircut. I was like, well, maybe maybe it'll repeg. And it didn't. It's kind of the opposite. I don't know if you can remember what happened with USDC, how that kind of depegged, and then it went back up and it was fine. But that didn't happen with UST. It kind of depegged, and it went from being worth $1 to being worth like 4 cents. And I think I had like 30 grand. So in that, so 30 grand worth of dollars, it went being worth like not that much. So that 30 grand ended up being worth at the end of all that, probably like $3,000. So it was pretty bad.
Yeah, Dad remembers that, and just how it all went down, and having that conversation with you. But like I said, not everyone has a 6'8" dad who's going to take care of and make sure you're good. But for anybody else that's devastating, what would be your advice as you right now? You do a lot of deep diving into coins. I think I get a message from you at least once a week. Even back in the Dad, get Ordi is cheap. Dad, get Caspa is cheap. You send me projects and coins all the time. What would you tell the average person that's looking into projects right now, what to be aware of, or how to find good projects, staking, whatever, versus bad?
Really just look at their backing. Make sure that the team, it's docs, so like it's like real people behind it, or just real backing, real organizations. And then also just don't do what I did. Don't get complacent, even if you're earning money and it seems like it's doing good. Don't be so over leveraged in it, to where just one bad thing could wipe you out. There's a saying that always invest what you're willing to lose, but don't have your whole savings in there, even if you are earning money. It's just it's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, well said. Well said. And going back to Jermaine or JayMac, who's back. What's some of the projects that you like personally? Some things that maybe you're bullish on as far as crypto.
Well, the first one is XRP. The second one is XRP, and the third one is I'm pretty well diversified in the crypto space. I hold quite a few coins. I was early on in a coin called Monero. I was early on in Shiba Inu, Tron, a couple other coins that holding pretty steady.
Yeah. And you just named a few of the ones that you're interested in. That's going to be an open question to Mike, Frankie, and Jalen. What are a few of the coins that you guys are excited about? If you can name like maybe your top 3 or 4.
Okay. Well, I'll start with the number one, which is Bitcoin. And obviously everybody knows about Bitcoin, but the reason that I am going to bring it up is because that having money invested in Bitcoin is what gave me the confidence and the backing to feel confident enough to take a risk on coins that I felt may have been a little bit more risky. So, of course, Bitcoin number one. I like ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, which is a completely decentralized internet type of token. I love XRP for the future. And, those are 3 of the main ones that I'm liking right now. I won't go into my real long shots, but those 3 I think are going to treat me pretty good over the next few years.
Nice. I love it. Frankie?
Yeah, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I'm bullish on Ethereum. As far as some of the, I'm bullish on XRP. But some of my kind of riskier plays is definitely Caspa. You guys talked about that already.
Yeah.
Another one is AI tech. It's a low cap. Really trying to allocate some of my capital to some of the low caps because that's where you can get the 20, 30, 50x, So,
Exactly.
but also having, like Mike said, having a portion of what you're investing into some of the blue chip assets that that are gonna not as drop as much as some of the other altcoins with smaller market cap. So just allocating your investment, and being strategic about what you invest in.
I love it.
Hey, Frankie. Frankie, you see how I did that this time, right? Last time you said, let's have a little fun. And I was naming like the LCXs and the XYOs. I said, oh, no, I'm not going to do that this time. I just stuck to the Bitcoins and the XRPs. I was ready for that one, James.
I heard, you were short and sweet and to the point on this one. Jalen, same question, son. What are some of the coins that you're excited about? Name a few.
Probably just, just like the standard ones. Bullish Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink. I think Chainlink is probably going to be pretty big in terms of like real world assets and bridging just like I don't want to say real value, but just kind of like non-crypto value into the crypto space. And then also there's like some riskier things that I'm kind of allocated in. Like one's called a multi-bit. That's kind of like it's like a bridge from Bitcoin to ETH into other chains. So you can actually launch a token on Bitcoin and also have it bridged to Ethereum. So I think that's pretty interesting. There's also like a new protocol on Bitcoin that's only a week old. Actually, it's called Runes. I don't know if anyone's heard of it.
Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's I mean, it's a little bit one of the more riskier plays because it's so new. But it's only a week old. It's only a week old. It's got about 300 and like I don't know what 65 million market cap. So I think it's I think that's pretty interesting too.
The next question I want to ask you guys: what do you think will be some of the biggest areas in crypto that will potentially explode in this next bull run? Example: utility coins, gaming, AI, metaverse. What are some of the coins that you guys like in those different sectors? And this is an open question; anybody can take it. Anybody want to run with that?
Well, personally, I think that all the sectors are going to run this bull cycle. I originally was going to stick to the utility coins, but I see that those are not quite ready to mature the way that I thought that they were. So I think that the market's going to be somewhat speculative through this next bull cycle. But I do think with the ETFs that were approved and the ETF for Ethereum that may be approved along with XRP, I think everything is going to have its opportunity to run. And in the future, I've been thinking about this. I don't have any concrete evidence of this, but when they start implementing like digital identities and things like that, then that's going to be another sector that's I think is going to run, because that's going to allow opportunities for different types of business opportunities for people, like peer-to-peer lending and things like that, where everything is on a smart contract and you can't really lose because your money is getting paid back through the code and the actual agreement on the blockchain. So like, for instance, I have a car lot, I do a lot of my own financing. There might be a time in the future where the smart contract can be built on the actual blockchain and the money's paid back through the digital identity that the person actually has. So there might be a lot less of a risk on my side and a lot less risk on the person's side who's getting the loan. So there's a lot of opportunities out there, but some of them are in the future. And I think right now we're just going to see a broad rising of the tide, if I should say.
Frankie, the same question, brother.
Yeah, I kind of right now I'm bullish on for this next bull run real world assets. Mike's invested to LCX. I think that's a good one. There's a couple new ones that came out recently. It was Ondo, Goldfinch Finance, and there's a lot more. But I also think AI is gonna have another push up. I think it's already had two. It had a push up in the bear market, and then recently it won about a month or 2 months ago. So I think that's narrative is going to continue to grow stronger, just because of the real world, possibilities that it has, and a lot of companies are going to be. They already are. I mean, you have Meta has the AI search, and then a bunch of other Amazon. They have these artificial intelligent chatbots that are responding to you, right? And they even, like Jalen was talking about with Telegram, they have you can have a million different bots giving you all these different alerts or notifications based on anything you want to set up, basically. But so AI, real world assets, I think layer ones are always going to continue to do good, especially in bull runs. We haven't seen a run on layer twos. Metaverse has actually been really lackluster. Last bull run, you saw some mana and sand. Mana and sand. What's it? Sandbox explode from like
Sandbox, Decentraland.
Yeah. They exploded, and you really haven't seen that even with that launch of the Apple, the Apple glasses, metaverse glasses, and gaming. I think is gonna have a turn, but I don't think its gaming will be as big as some of the other narratives.
Yeah,
and then of course utility will eventually come to the forefront.
Yeah, I think going into and before I get to Jermaine and Jalen, but I think some of the areas I think are going to be big moving into the future is going to be obviously AI. I think we're just on the very cusp of that, or where that technology can go. I'm gonna have to disagree a little bit. I think gaming in the future, and maybe even in this bull run, because there's some projects right now that I've seen the last bull run that are down like Illuvium, and some that are super undervalued that are at less than a penny. And I think gaming is going to explode because what's one of the things that a lot of people are doing right now is home. I mean, even movie theaters. I was just talking to Antoine Tanner from Coach Carter, One Tree Hill. We got some stuff that we're working on right now, and we were talking about how people just aren't going to the movies like they used to, and now it's not just about Netflix. There's many different platforms that are out there, and that's growing by leaps and bounds. And then also, obviously gaming and things like that. So I think gaming, I think AI, I think metaverse. We haven't really even seen that yet. When it first came out with Mana and with Sandbox, first thing I did was buy real estate in both. First thing I did was go out there and build virtual homes in both. I got all that, and so I think that's going to be big. I just did that ahead of his time, back when Snoop Dogg was buying land and properties and throwing parties, and when COVID happened, a lot of people don't remember they were throwing concerts and stuff like that in the metaverse and stuff like that. So that kind of got me in it, but I also think that as we move forward with regulations and things like that, I think more things like utility coins, which I think still are before their time, but we'll actually see those things play out. The gaming, the AI, all those things. I think people are going to be pushing more into those type of things, or like Mike was saying with smart contracts, and there's NFTs and all these different things like what you were talking about, Frankie. And I think what people are going to be less focused on is get rich quick schemes, because they're gonna realize that a lot of these rug pools aren't going to be able to survive. Since I got in this space back in 2017, one of the things we always heard of was that 90% of the cryptos that are out there, and there's thousands. I think there's just under 30,000 different assets, and they're coming out every single day. Well, 90% of those or more. I mean, I remember Jay Claver saying, 98%, but a lot of these assets won't make it. And I think more and more people are going to realize that. And so as we move going into the future, people are going to be more focused on strong investments, because the one thing that we had in the dot-com bubble was a bunch of crap that came out, and that dot-com bubble popped, and a lot of scams and a lot of bad actors were put out of business. I think what we're getting ready to happen in the future, and we talked about this, you guys, if anyone who's paid attention to our show, is a crypto bubble pop. And when that happens, I think it's going to be a lot of the bad actors washed out of this space. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and move over to Jalen or Jermaine. What do you guys think that might be big in crypto as far as gaming, AI, metaverse, whatever? What do you guys think might be some of the things that people may be leaning into investing in here in the future?
Well, let me start, because it's going to be very quick. But I really like what Mike said about the real world interactions with goods and services. I'm really looking forward to that coming about, where people can actually pay solely for their goods and services with cryptocurrencies. Really bullish on that. Also AI, I'm an old head that's always looking positively toward new technology. And I'm really, really high on AI. Haven't really gotten into it and all its capabilities yet, but I wanted to jump in early so I can ask my nephew, who's the young buck in the panel, what he feels about that.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Great question.
Absolutely.
Yeah, with I think AI is going to be pretty good. Gaming, really what it just ties into is there being some kind of killer app. I don't know what it's going to be, but if you remember like Axie Infinity, that was like a game that was really big, and it was kind of like a play to earn type game. And I think it's still played by a lot of people. Even now, like was hearing all these stories about people in third world countries playing a game and then being able to buy a house, just like crazy stuff. And then like Friendtech. I don't know if you guys heard about Friendtech, but that was basically like a social media app, and it kind of was people were able to like I guess like sell shares of their social media with like these little like tokens, and they were it's kind of hard to explain, but they were basically like selling shares of their channel.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, so I just think like stuff like that. I don't really know like if it's going to be in, I don't know, like when the next killer app like that is going to come, if it's going to be in gaming or AI or, something like that. But I know that's kind of what crypto kind of needs right now to reach like the masses of people with some, maybe like the next thing that's, like Pokemon Go or something where it utilizes crypto. I don't know what that is, but
didn't they have something, Jalen, not to cut you off, didn't they have something like that where you walk to earn or like you move to earn or exercise to earn or some crazy junk like that, right?
Yeah, that was called, I want to say it was called Move In or something like that. And yeah, you were just like walk to earn. I don't know how that works, but it's like walk to earn. There's another one called I forget the name, but that one's it's kind of like Yelp. It's Eat to Earn. So they subsidize a bunch of restaurants, and the restaurants pay this crypto project to put themselves out there, and then when you go there, you get paid in that crypto by eating there. I don't know how it works, but I think stuff like that, like those niche killer apps that come out, I think those are probably going to get the masses into crypto a lot faster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that. Let's get into this next question, which I think is something a lot of people want to know about, and of course they already do. But your thoughts on why the U.S. seems to purposely be holding back crypto? Just thoughts on that. And I don't know if there's a right answer. Just your opinion on why you think the U.S. specifically is trying to hold back innovation in crypto here in the United States. And we can actually start with anybody who wants to jump up and answer that question.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's as simple as control. Whether it be everything that they're controlling in our lives now. They always got their hand in my pockets. You know what I mean? So it's just that kind of thing where they see a huge monetary value in something, and they want their piece of the pie.
Yeah, I like what you said, because even though it was shortened to the point, Jermaine, what you said is control. It's I say it all the time on this show, and it goes back to like slavery. It goes back not as a race, but as all people. If they can't control the narrative, then they cause the issues or the things that they're doing right now. So it's definitely about control. It's definitely about slavery. It's definitely about keeping people in this matrix that they like, where we do just enough not to get fired. They pay us just enough not to quit. We bust our asses for most of our lives to retire on a percentage what barely got us by in the first place. That was a great, definitely a great assessment. Anybody else?
Yeah, I want to piggyback off of what Jermaine said. I do also think that it's control that they want to maintain. But I think that the reason why they're bringing down the crypto market or not all for it is just the fear of the unknown. They don't know how to control it, and they're fearful of what is to come with it. And, it could, in fairness, I mean, crypto can bring down our whole system, the way that we've been doing things. So I don't know if everybody's going to be excited about bringing in a whole new system. However, I think that they're smart enough to realize that this new technology is coming, and there's nothing that they can do to stop it. So I think that slowly but surely they're going to come on board with the situation and be more accepting to what's going to happen. I can kind of compare it to like a woman. I can't say I've never been pregnant, but when a woman's pregnant, I can imagine that they have anxiety, they're fearful, they're anxious, but they're also excited and in anticipation of a new beginning. And so this new beginning that's gonna come is gonna be exciting, and with the new beginning that we have, it's gonna bring about new possibilities, a new future, and new excitement for everybody. So a new birth is always a good thing for the economy, for the people, for everybody. But the government is gonna be fearful of that because it's the fear of the unknown, and they just don't have the knowledge to completely understand it. Hell, I'm fearful of it, but I'm just involved in it because I don't want to miss out. So that's basically how I feel about it.
Yeah, great perspective, Mike. And I thought when you brought up the whole pregnant thing, I thought you were talking about when me and Jermaine first met you, your stomach was a little big, that maybe you before you lost weight, you anyway. So anyway, Let's,
Oh, man.
hey, that's what you get when you say stuff like that with hanging out with the fellas. But by the way, guys, we've got just under 500 people here watching live and just around 39 minutes. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you guys go over to our Crypto4Life page, hit the like, subscribe, notification bells. We'll appreciate you guys in a major way. Let's keep this going. Same question, Frankie or Jalen. Why do you think the U.S. seems to be stagnating innovation here in the United States?
I mean, I think there's a number of reasons, right? You can say, the whole matrix thing, keeping everybody in their 9 to 5. The U.S., the dollar, they see it as a threat to the dollar. They see it as a technology has always been suppressed by people with money, people in
Right.
position to suppress the technology, to buy the technology, throw it away. They've done that with cars that run on water, cars that run on electricity, things like that. America has a long history of doing that.
That's right.
And they want to. It's all it's about power, power of the U.S. dollar, power of the government, power of these this archaic banking system, right, that sees cryptocurrency that can move value a lot faster than what they use, like Swift, right? So it's big. It's a big answer. It's not just any one thing.
That's right.
But just know that it presents an opportunity for the average person that most of these people in power don't want them to have, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Jalen, same question.
Yeah, I think everything that everyone says is true. It's just crypto is just kind of outside the system, and I think their number one priority is just to keep everyone in the system. And if there's a bunch of millionaires and billionaires outside the system that they can't tax, that's obviously a problem. And just like everything with KYC and how they're pushing KYC with pretty much everything. That's it's they say it's for anti-terrorism, finance, or anti-human trafficking, but I mean really it's just about knowing who they have to tax.
That's right.
And
Good
wanting to
point.
know what you have. They know that it's going to be they know that it's how transformative it is. And I mean, forget about the US. I mean, it's crypto is huge for the rest of the world. Every other currency is failing right now. Just what's happening in Argentina and just all the other currencies around the world. And I think the US, even though it is a relatively robust system, it's going to be the last to go. And I think they know that, and they're trying to rein it in before it gets out of their control. So that's why you see all this aggressive crackdown with crypto, the SEC, just being as hawkish as they are. Just all the different tax requirements that they have now. Every time I do my taxes, it's the first question there is just, do you have assets? Do you have cryptocurrency? That's that's what they're focusing on right now.
Yeah,
Right.
well said, son. And you see why he's the genius in the family. Guys, before we get started, I want to thank the just under 500 people that are watching live here on X and on YouTube, and also to all those that are here from the Crypto4Life family. We appreciate you guys in a major way. And just to show you how much we appreciate you, this is for you. Woo!
Stack it up, does it like it is. Got them switching gears to Ferrari with the tens. On some bullet shit, stop crying, start buying, getting bags. I ain't lying, money multiplying. Call it rocket science. I'm so tired of this crypto control.
We are so tired of this crypto control. That's the narrative of this show today, guys. Let's get right into it. The next question we're going to have a little bit of fun with, guys, if you guys don't mind. A fun question, if you guys don't mind. How do you know 68J, and do you have any funny stories about him? We'll start with one of my favorite people on the panel, my brother. Go ahead, Jay.
Well, my brother James. I've known him all my life. You're a little bit older than me. And so let me see some fun stories.
Stories.
Can I embarrass you a little bit?
Hey, it's okay as long as it's not too bad. Like when I ran outside bucket naked with syrup on my back. Let me stop. Just go ahead. Keep it going.
So I do remember when we were playing. I don't know. You always played basketball in the older bracket. But anyway, I remember one time where you scored the basket for the wrong team.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I remember that. Lost my sense of direction yeah, for sure. I remember that. That's funny.
And I mean, we have so many, man. So many. We always have a good time together. But going way back,
I thought you were going to talk about the how I had Willie drink the wrong soda. That was one of the funniest things.
That was a good one.
That's funny.
But you know, all the way back to when, you know, I photobombed your class picture. You know, just I don't know how old we were then, maybe 5 and 7. So
yeah.
You know, just so many good ones, man. Yeah. Oh, I do remember. You remember that moped that you had? I don't know.
I remember that damn thing. Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah. You had to jump up and down for it to keep going.
For some reason, it wouldn't stay running unless James would hop up and down on the moped while he was.
Anyway. That's a fun fact. Yeah, and I'll share a fun fact with me and my brother. It's funny because I remember when I was young, you know, again, we come from Brooklyn, we come from the Hard Knocks, and we used to live in these projects right behind the Smokey Bear Park. Remember that, Jermaine? Yeah. And there's a bunch of kids that tried to jump me, and my brother's a year. I might have been all but maybe 7 or 8, or maybe no, I was probably about, I don't know, maybe 8, 9 maybe, and my brother had to be like maybe 7 or a year and 10 months. And these kids tried to jump me, and my little brother came out of nowhere and ran up and just stole on and knocked the guy out that was holding me. We wound up beating them all up. So that was definitely a great story. Just kind of show you how incredible of a little bro I got. So with that being said, let's move over to Mike O. 68J. How do you know him? And give us a funny story.
Hey, I can give you a little redemption on that scoring in the wrong basket, because I remember playing. I got you and Jermaine in a league with me. I don't know if you remember this, because you got a basketball background in professional basketball, and Jermaine's been balling all his life. But I'm just in a regular city league, so we're just playing, and my team's just doing okay. So I recruit you guys so we could try to win a championship or something like that. And I remember, you know, getting fouled and going to the free throw line. Game just starts. I make the first free throw. Second free throw, I miss. The ball goes off the backboard. James jumps up over everybody, skies and dunks it in, and everybody's just staring like, "What the hell?" And I remember running back, and one of the dudes said, "No, the other team was like, dude, this is a rec league, man. That's not fair, man. He shouldn't be on your team." He was like saying all this stuff, man. It was just funny to me, man, how, you know, I didn't dunk the ball, but I was like, man, it's good to be on the right team, that's for sure. So, you know, I got a lot of stories about us, man. And one thing I can say as an inside joke, and we can just laugh about it, is I've hung out with you, James. I've hung out with you, Jermaine, and we can just laugh about the stories. But I ain't telling none of the stories here.
No, we got some great ones. And me, Jermaine, and Mike go back 30 years, so you can only imagine. Let's go into Frankie Legend. 68J. Any funny stories? And don't talk about when I dropped a rib on your floor at the house during the barbecue and ate it. Besides that, what else?
Yeah, no, I think when I met Jay, we were all. This is the time when I used to actually promote nightclubs in Fresno. Jeanette was single. I think Jay was, well, obviously Jay was single. And, you know, a lot of guys used to try to hit on Jeanette and stuff. So I had to kind of keep an eye on her. And then I seen Jay and I was like, oh, he looks like a cool dude. You know, I'm not going to trip on him or nothing, you know. It seems like, you know, he's a cool dude, you know. So eventually, you know, they ended up getting married and stuff. And then the funny part is, I guess, when Jay, you know, he came over to my house, he tried my barbecue, and he kept on talking about it. You know, it's very flattering to me, but he was like, "Man, damn it, Frankie, that tri-tip." And I kept on telling him, Jay really likes my tri-tip. He remembered it for like a year, over a year later.
Hey man, I tried to get Jeanette to invite you and your wife down just to get some barbecue. Not only because I miss you, but like, can you get Frankie to come down and barbecue? Yeah, no, the barbecue was on point, man, for sure.
Yeah, we'll have another.
Yeah.
And Jalen, who's known me for 30 years of his life, how do you know 68J, aka Dad, and a funny story or any story?
See, I met 68J when I was born, so
I like that.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, funny stories. I remember when I was in high school, and we're doing like this makeup thing. It was was for this pre-med class I was in, and we were doing like this makeup artist was there, and she's doing like fake injuries and making us look like zombies or whatever. I remember I had like some gashes on. I made it look like I had like some gashes on my neck and stuff, right. And then I think I sent you or Jeanette like a picture. And I was like, oh, like I got into a fight at school, like yeah, they got me pretty bad. And it was just like these deep gashes on my neck, and then I remember like you calling me, you're like, yo, like what happened? And then you were like freaking out, and Janelle was freaking out, and then I was like, no, I'm just playing. That was pretty funny though.
Yeah, I don't remember that reaction, but I know Dad used to always go overboard if something was wrong at school. So, yeah, I was one of those kind of dads. But no, definitely appreciate you guys' story. That was amazing. Let's move into this next question, which is a little bit more serious, but I want you guys to give it some thought here. What does freedom mean to you? And I know it means different things to different people. I just want to talk about just that. I guess let's keep it that simple. What does freedom mean to you? And let me say something in regard before I say that, because I know a lot of times we want freedom. A lot of times on the show we talk about crypto. There's never been a better opportunity than crypto right now, and what it presents to most people, which in my opinion is the ability to dream again. When we were young, me and my brother had dreams of doing this or dreams of doing that, or, we all have these dreams. A lot of times responsibility gets in the way, life gets in the way, whatever it is. And I just love the fact that for me, being in business, having businesses for over 30 years in California, being on some of the biggest stages around the world. My brother knows my background. Not everyone can, be a Mike O. Not everybody can do something that Jalen does. Not everyone's going to have an ability that maybe Jermaine has or Frankie Legend. But what I love about crypto is it seems like one of the fairest forms of capitalism I've ever seen. It gives people opportunity to be in the right place at the right time. When you think about Bitcoin and the crazy story of that at one point you could get 1,300 Bitcoin for $1. If you think about where we're at now at 62,000, 63,000 all the Bitcoin, the opportunities that we have right now to me are some of the greatest opportunities that anyone will ever see in their lifetime. And to me, that's freedom, to be able to put yourself and your family in a situation for generations to come to just own your time. And, the older I've gotten in life, I always chase the mighty dollar. My brother knows me. My son knows me. Mike knows me. We were always caught up in, Frankie knows me. We were always caught up in that rat race of trying to make a dollar. And at some point, I remember Steve Jobs saying, I shared this on Facebook. He says, with all the things that I've done in my life, he goes, I'm sitting in the hospital now. Barely surviving. I'm looking at a machine that red means I'm in trouble, green means I'm okay. And he says it comes down to this. And he goes, when I think about my life, with all the things that people think about me and all the, how they hold me on these high levels for what I've accomplished, he goes, I missed it. He goes, I missed life. I missed the little things, friends, family, freedom, time. And so that was so profound to me. And I remember shortly after that, talking to my wife, I didn't want to travel no more. I didn't want to speak no more. I didn't want to, I wanted to make sure that I appreciated the little simple things, which was family and time and all the things. So with that being said, I'm going to ask that question one more time. What does freedom mean to each one of you guys? Anybody can take it.
Okay, well, I would say to me, freedom is basically the pursuit of happiness. And we want to all pursue that and feel like we're in control over that. A lot of times we're looking on the exterior for the opportunity to find the happiness that we're looking for, but I think it's more of a mental thing. A lot of us struggle with what I would call mental poverty. We allow our thoughts to consume us, but the thoughts that we have that are consuming us are not even the thoughts that we choose to have. So we're comparing ourselves to others, our situations that we're in at any particular time. We're looking at those in a negative light and not putting a positive spin on things. So we're walking around angry and upset because our mental states aren't exactly where we want them to be. From a person that's done okay financially, I can tell you that my happiness didn't exactly come when I established some type of financial freedom. It came when I established the ability to overcome negative thoughts and surround myself in circles where it would nourish, those positive thoughts that I wanted to have. So yeah, I know, James, you always talk about crypto allows us the opportunity to dream. We're in the dream right now because we can get this financial reward at the end, but we also have to remember to enjoy the journey, enjoy this community where we're in, and the people that we're meeting, the Frankie legends that I'm meeting Jalen, talking to Jermaine, the family being together because of this crypto thing. People like Optimus Prime that has a rich background in historical information and things like that, or Molly Elmore that's recommending books. I think she recommended a book that I bought the other day, Confessions of an Economic Hitman. I grabbed that on Audible Books. These opportunities and these people that we're meeting, this is part of the dream that James is referring to. But while we're living in this dream, I can call it a dream because I'm allowing my thoughts to look at it that way and not waiting for the finish line so that I can have a boatload of money and still be unhappy. So to me, freedom is freedom with your thoughts and how you view the world.
Yeah, that's great. And I love what you said about that, Mike. And actually glad that you went first, because when you think of, people always try to associate money with happiness. You look at Robin Williams, you look at Matthew Perry, you look at all these different people. Money does not always equate happiness. And so it definitely starts from somewhere. I think it starts before that. Money only magnifies who you already are. So great words and great advice. Anybody else wants to pick it up from there?
I'll say something. For a long time, in our lives and in our family's history lives, we've been, boxed in, and we've been told what to, how to act, what to do, what to learn. And freedom to me is the ability to choose to step out of that box and to look at things that we consider normal from different angles, and and then make decisions that's going to affect our lives from that standpoint. So I appreciate you, James, for all the hard work you do, for being in my life, for being a good big brother. And I look forward to many, many more years of, this new venture for you.
Yeah, we're just getting started, man. And that's what's so exciting. I was just talking to my wife about that. I said, man, it's crazy. Our first life, we were all chasing this, raising kids. But honestly, we've done that. And now even my brother's enjoying his very first grandkid. And so I'm really, excited about that. And we're seeing the second part of our lives. And so I'm more excited about, and shouts out to your grandson. Give us his name, Jay.
Jalen Damani Sharp. That's my man.
Shouts out to Jay. So hopefully one day he'll go back and look at this video with Grandpa and Uncle Jay talking about him. So I'm gonna open it up to Frankie Legend or Jalen with the same question, which is what does freedom mean to you in your life?
Yeah, with freedom. With freedom, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what that means, just because I feel like, even at this stage, I used to think that freedom was, having a lot of money and not having to work, but now I'm starting to realize it's not really like not having to work, just because, life in general is work. And, I'm starting to realize it's just, do you find meaning in your work, and do you actually enjoy what you're doing? I used to always think that like I had to make a bunch of money, and I always thought that my real life is going to start once I'm a millionaire. That's when everything's going to be, then I could go out and live. But now I'm starting to, I've worked, jobs I hated, and even now I'm working through school, so I don't particularly like the job I'm doing now, but it's just like a means to an end, and I'm starting to realize that it's just about the journey, and it's I'm just looking forward to moving someplace new, and doing something that I'm actually interested in, and doing something I actually find meaning in for once, you know, because I've never actually, I've never had a job to where that I actually, you know, had to get certified for, and it was actually something that I was really interested in. So, but yeah, that's just what freedom and happiness means to me. You know, just enjoying where you are, enjoying who you're with, and enjoying what you do.
Yeah, I love that, son. And the reason I love that, I was just talking to, I believe it was Mike O about this, and we were talking about everything in your life is part of your story. Everything, good and bad.
Right.
You have to embrace it. When I look back at everything that I've gone through, even losing our parents, helped me love different, helped me appreciate time. You know, I remember when, you know, and I won't get into that, but just I know my brother the same way. Like tomorrow's not promised, man, and so every single thing that I've gone through, whether it's jobs that I didn't like or you know, whatever it was, it taught me. Even with the joke that Mike Jermaine talked about, you know, being lost for a moment and putting the ball in I said, you know what, I need to work. I need to bust my ass harder and take things more. So whatever it is, every situation in your life prepares you and is a part of your journey, part of your story. So I love what you said in that, son. Embrace the moment. For anybody, wherever you're at right now, embrace the moment. I think the thing that is exciting is as long as you're working on creating that next chapter, then you'll appreciate the process in which you're in at the time, because you'll realize it's just a chapter you're getting ready to leave to get into that next chapter. And always remember that. That's something that's helped me out of my life. Me and Jermaine, again, came from nothing. I've talked about this many a times. We were on welfare. We were on food stamps. You know, I won't even get into some of the horrific things that me and my brother have endured, but we saw it all, man. I mean, we walked to school and see people covered in yellow bags and just all kinds of stuff, man. We've been through all of it. I had my first knife pulled on me at 11 years old. My dad left after I was 9, and you know, I remember I used to fight so much they threw me in special ed classes. I mean, there's so many damn things that we've endured and that we've gone through, and it's just a part of my story. And but you know, I put a post up not too long ago. You know, so someone who was thrown into special ed from fighting to also being in Success magazine from winning, and so it's just all a mindset, man. You know, it's you know, when you upgrade this, everything around you upgrades. When you upgrade your mindset, everything around you upgrades. You know, so that's what it's all about. It's not about you know, to me, being broke, being poor is a mindset. And the one thing that I love about me and my brothers, we always question everything. Why are we this? Why are we that? You know, can we make anything different? So as long as you have the ability to ask the question and change the narrative, you got a shot. And so, no, I definitely like what you said, son, on that. Frankie Legend, same question.
Yeah. I love that story you led off with about Steve Jobs, because you would think he was such a significant figure, you know, in the technological industry, right? And what
That's
he
right.
did with Apple, and yet to hear that he wasn't satisfied with what he accomplished personally within his life, you know, not career wise. Obviously, that was successful. So yeah, I do agree with that, what everyone has said here. And I do think it does start with having the freedom, mentally, freedom to think outside the box, think differently, to question things, question everything, right? I think even God tells us to question everything, because everything will lead to Him, right? So I'm a big believer in that, right? Question everything. And then as far as freedom, I do think, you know, a lot of us are in search. A lot of people on this channel and in the chat, things like that, are viewers that are searching for financial freedom, because you know, most people are stuck into a, you know, a 9 to 5, 8 to 4, you know, Monday through Friday job routine that was established back in by Henry Ford, because there was no previous work laws or anything like that, or any kind of work schedule. They could work you 12, 15 hours a day, you know. So we're still stuck in that type of system, that old way of thinking, right? You know, there's other countries that obviously have different viewpoints of that, and
That's right.
you know, America's just kind of behind on the times, you know. For whatever reason, they want to keep you in that rat race more than other countries.
Right.
So that gives us even more incentive to try to break free of that.
Right. And no, I definitely love all you guys' perspectives. I appreciate you guys. We got a couple more questions before we get out of here. We're just over 500 live viewers now on X and on YouTube. Appreciate you guys in a major way. Please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you guys don't miss any of the valuable information that we stream each and every day. So with that being said, let's have a little fun. Let's get back to having a little fun, guys. $10,000 came your way today, and you had to invest it in crypto. Where are you putting it and why? And then we'll start with anyone. We don't got to get long on it. And why the coin and why there's just $10,000. Where would you put it and why?
Well, I can't speak for everybody, but I know nowadays $10,000 could be a lot of money for somebody, but it's not going to devastate anybody. So if it were me, I would put it on a long shot, extreme long shot, because like I said, you can go from 10,000 to zero, or you may go from 10,000 to 1,000,000. So, I got the XYOs, and there's one that I heard your buddy James talk about the other day. I had already heard about it, and I started doing some research on the internet. It was one called XCN, and it's basically a crypto lending type platform where you can borrow against your assets. And I just feel like coming up to this new bull market, there's going to be a lot of greed, like always, because we talk about in this on your channel, you're trying to inform and give people education, but we're still going to have that group of people that just F it up, basically. That saying by Raoul Paul, they're gonna F it up. So they're gonna grab their profits, they're gonna borrow against their assets, and they're gonna lose a lot of money. There's gonna be that group of people. So that XCN, if I had $10,000 to my name, I think I might put it in that, because I think that's gonna bloom at the peak of the bull cycle. And if I grabbed it out at the right time, I'd be that next millionaire that we're all trying to be.
Yeah, I know about both of those projects, XCN and XYO, both great projects. Got in very, very early, both of those years ago. Anyone else wants to jump in that? 10,000. What would you do it if you had to put it in crypto right now today?
Well, if crypto is my pocket, I would rather put it in there because I got some things to do with it.
This is for those who are listening that might want to figure out where to put their your pocket's not a problem.
That's kind of a test.
I guess Jermaine would be saying, like, I put it in.
It's a tough one. I would definitely diversify my wallet. I would put it in my stronger coins, like, you can never go wrong with Bitcoin and Ethereum. But then I would also go for the long shots, like Mike had alluded to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to give anybody, I'm not giving anybody a financial advice. Obviously, I have my portfolio set up already the way I need it. So that's what I may do. And that's my perspective on the $10,000. I would try to maximize that to the best of my potential. But I'm take that with a grain of salt, because I'm well diversified already, so I might be given.
I think what I did is I misread the question, because you guys are going all over the place with this, and what I was trying to get to, damn it, okay, y'all going, well, I would have got a parrot and stuck a feather in it, but like, we're not talking about that. What I was trying to say is, if you had $10,000, maybe I should have worded it different, and you weren't in crypto, where would you put it at right now? Because some of the stuff you guys are saying, I would not put 10,000 in Bitcoin. I would not put 10,000 in Ethereum. I would not do any of that, because those moments are gone. Now, if Bitcoin was a dollar a Bitcoin, you damn straight that's where I'd be putting money. But those times are gone, and we've talked about that on the show. As far as if you put 10,000 in Bitcoin, you're getting a fraction of a Bitcoin, and you're waiting. What would Bitcoin have to do? Get to 120 grand for you to double your money? When the bull run, some of these coins could take you up 10, 20, or 100x. And so that's just that. I think I worded that wrong. So $10,000 if you're just getting into crypto, where would you put it, Frankie?
Actually, at max, I would choose 2 to 3 coins, right? And then I would kind of wait for Bitcoin to kind of establish at least a bottom or an uptrend, because I don't know that we've bottomed out yet here in this downtrend,
Right.
That I would wait, because you could see another 20-30% dip, or it could bottom out next week or the next 2 weeks, and then we start on an uptrend. So I would definitely try to see where the market is first, and then choose 2 or 3 strong coins. Like I said, you're not going to get a bang for your buck for BTC or ETH at the moment. So maybe go with 3 different narratives. You could go with utility narrative, real world asset narrative, and a layer 1 narrative, or a gaming narrative, right? With some of those with that money, and see where it goes.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go to Jalen. I'm gonna circle back to Jermaine and Mike, but with being a new investor. But go ahead, Jalen.
$10,000. If I wasn't in crypto, I'd probably just put like half of it into just like some stable coins and earn on those until I could see, till there's another big dip or something like that. And then the other five, I would probably, honestly, I'd probably just throw it all into Bitcoin. Not, I mean, I would probably throw it all into Bitcoin to, look at the different things that is going on just with the Bitcoin ecosystem. Runes, new stuff like that, even though it's a little bit risky, it's just like BRC20 was at that point. It's about time for it to take off. So yeah, just put, I do half in stable coins.
So you're talking about Bitcoin ecosystem or Bitcoin itself?
Some in Bitcoin, and then probably like half of that 5,000 in Bitcoin itself, and then the rest, just the Bitcoin ecosystem. I'd buy some runes. I buy some BRC20s. Maybe I get a rune stone and get some stuff airdropped to me passively. That's what I do.
There you go. Everyone has different perspectives. And who did I leave? Let's go back to Mike and Jermaine. If you were a new trader, and besides what would you guys put if you were a new trader, a new person into the space? Because I like what Frankie said. I don't know if this is a great time to invest either, Frankie. That was actually kind of brilliant because you're talking from a strategic standpoint with the fact that we're up right now. So with the fact that we're up and we've got possible war that we're talking about, we've got inflation like crazy. We've got all this chaos with some of the biggest scandals right now with in China with what is it called, Evergrande, which Tether's heavily tied. There's just so much going on right now that we don't know where things might go, and we still have that that possibility of a recession, depression, whatever. We don't know where the market's going, but I think that was very smart what you said. Go ahead, Mike and Jermaine. Where would you go?
I think I would put it, being a new investor with all this information out there about crypto and all of the scams that's out there in the crypto space, I think I would put it in a stable coin and just do my research and learn. I wouldn't know what coin to put it in. Obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum are the kind of the mainstreams, but I think I would transfer that money to a stable coin and then just start learning better about crypto and then go from there.
I love it. Yeah, good stuff. And Mike, just 10 grand. Where would you go? 3 different coins. Just give us the coins, brother, if you can. We got so we can get into the next one.
Just an overall broad point of view I have towards it. If I had $10,000 to put into the market right now, obviously, if we had to hold off because the market's at a peak, then that would be a different story. But if I was putting it in right now, I might be a gunslinger. Call me that if you want, but I'm putting in a low cap stock to try to low cap crypto to try to make as much money as possible so that I can expose myself to having more options, more diversification in the future, and land some of that money in more stable coins at some point. But $10,000, I don't think is going to change anyone's life. Might make it better, but I would be swinging for the fences with $10,000.
There you go. Next question would be, and we only got 2 more before we get out of here. Is how important are the upcoming elections for crypto? Anybody can answer that.
I have no idea.
Yeah, well, I personally. Go for it.
I'm sorry, Mike. If you want to start, go ahead, bro.
No, go for it, Frankie. Go for it.
Yeah. My opinion is I think it's very important. With the recent news as far as like capital gains taxes, Biden basically coming out as anti-crypto. You have Elizabeth Warren, you have Gary Gensler. I think this whole administration has done its best to stymie any kind of crypto advancements or any kind of crypto legislation. Even though you had different politicians come out and be pro-crypto, their voices are just not strong enough because of the people in power currently, right? And I do think Donald Trump kind of sees that people don't really appreciate that from this administration, and is kind of incorporating a pro crypto approach into his new presidential run here. So I do think if he were to be elected, I do think it would be a positive for the crypto industry, and I do think some things would change for the better. On the other hand, if Biden were to be reelected, I don't see a lot of things changing, and I do see a little bit of regression or just further, laws or cases or anything like that that's gonna impact crypto negatively.
Yeah, I agree with that. We'll put. Anybody else want to grab that? Either Mike or Jalen.
Yeah, good points, Frankie. I agree with you 1,000% on everything that you said. It's very, 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 very important for us to get a new administration in there. So important to me that in my mind, I don't even see it as an election. I just see us waiting for the new administration to come in. I mean, that's how important I think it is. I mean, because this current administration, I look at it kind of like a garden. You got like Bitcoin blossoms, and you got Ethereum vines, you got Ripple trees, and they all need water. They need, fertilizer. They need all kinds of nourishment. The garden needs to be weeded and needs to be pruned, and nobody's tending to the garden. The good news about a new administration is they'll come in and that status quo would be out the window. So with that status quo being out the window, they're going to obviously know that the people want to change. They want the garden taken care of. They want the flowers pruned. They want the weeds pulled, and we'll be in a great position for that to potentially happen. A lot better position than we are right now, because we know that they're taking care of the Rose Garden at the White House, that they're taking care of the West Garden at the White House. They're just going to have to take care of our garden, and our garden is the crypto garden. So we'll see how that goes. So.
Yeah, love the answer. Love the answer. And final question of the night, guys, is anything that you would like to say before we get out of here? I'll give you guys each a few minutes. Just anything you want to add, anything you like to say. You can say hello to your grandkids, your kids, whatever else, anybody that might be watching the video, but any value you want to add or anything you want to say before we get out of here. It's open.
I'd probably say just, just with crypto in general, I'd say just stay curious. It doesn't cost any money to do research and learn new things. So it's just your time. So I would say, stay curious, stay researching and looking into things, and don't FOMO in to just because you see something pump. That's never a good sign to FOMO in, and just keep your discipline. Don't get complacent, and just stay curious and do your homework.
So funny, before anybody else answers, we've done about 700 and some odd shows here since being around for 13 months of me starting my own show. And not because it's my son, but I think everybody here would agree that's probably one of the most brilliant statements that anyone's made on this show, because doing your own research costs nothing. And that's what's so funny. So many people lose so much money FOMOing in and doing what other people do and all these different things because, they want to get rich quick. They're treating this like a lottery ticket. But at the end of the day, it costs you nothing to do your research. You can literally have $1 million plan with $1 million mindset, and it costs you absolutely nothing. Brilliantly said, son. Anyone else?
Well, I mean, I guess I'll go. I mean, I'm appreciative of always being in this space with you guys. I'm learning more than anything else. I'm here because I feel like I have some degree of knowledge to offer, but the information that I give is only my opinion. I've been listening to James' show, been part of his show, and he's had a lot of brilliant guests come on. And from my opinion, and we all can learn from everybody that comes on the show, but we should all take that information, rinse it through our filters, and come up with our own solution and our ideas and our ways that we're going to go about utilizing the information. Right. So it's all there. But if you get a great recipe in a cookbook, and it has almonds in it, or it has walnuts or any kind of peanuts in it, you might say, man, this sounds really good, but I'm going to take out the walnuts. I'm going to take out the peanuts. I'm allergic, or I just don't like them. I don't like raisins, for example. And be confident in your own conclusion, because where you're trying to get and who you want to be might not be Mike O. It might not be 68J. It might not be JayMac, Jermaine. It might not be Jalen or Frankie Legend. It's going to be who you want to be and what's going on in your life and what's going to make you happy. So if we go back to what we were talking about freedom, freedom is freedom of your thoughts, being able to be okay in your own skin, being the person that you want to be, just being okay with being okay. But the only other thing I'd add to that is life is uncomfortable. And to get to where we want to get, we have to be uncomfortable with being, we have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's going to get us to the next step, because we have to make sacrifices. And this crypto sector is our sacrifice to get us to this next level that we're all trying to get to.
Yeah, I agree with Mike. For some reason, I don't know when Mike was talking, I thought he was describing the M&M peanuts and chocolate. I'm sorry.
Hey, I grabbed those M&Ms from your house the other day. That's why it's on my mind.
For those of you guys that know, Mike's my best boy, and we always send each other stupid messages throughout the day. So shouts out. That's kind of funny. Frankie Legend.
Yeah, just two things. I appreciate being on the show once again, 6AJ. I appreciate everybody in the chat being so engaged and, giving us feedback on what we're talking about. I appreciate that. And then I would just say, like everyone's talking about, doing your own research, investing in yourself. Like I was talking about last time when I was on here, just trying to learn a bit about technical analysis, right? You don't even have to pay for it. You could pay for somebody to teach you or join a group or something like that. But there's videos on YouTube. You could test, things that you learn on the charts. It doesn't cost you anything. Use this time while we're kind of going sideways to research some coins, research, what do you think price is going to end up being here? And never, this is not financial advice, but don't chase those green candles, right? In the days that if you're going to purchase something, make sure it's a red day and you're getting that asset on a discount, right? So that's my philosophy.
Well, I love it. And did we hear from you, JayMac?
No, not yet. Okay. What I see in crypto is an opportunity. And James, where we come from, man, we've faced a lot of hard situations, and what we were taught is when we see an opportunity, no matter if it's right next to us, no matter if it's on the other side of a mountain, if it's through a brick wall, if you want that opportunity bad enough, you will bust through that wall, you will climb that mountain, or do what you have to do to get to it. So that's what I see in crypto, and that's what I'm looking forward to. And I'm very proud of you, James. Thanks for having me on the show.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate all you guys that are here. It means a whole lot. Thank you, guys. Make sure you guys go to our YouTube channel. For those of you guys who know anything about it, it's called Crypto4Life, where we go live each and every day. We got some of the most incredible interviews here, guys. Anything from your everyday stories to success stories to not so successful stories, from celebrities to giveaways to just all the greatest information and news that's out there. And we've got a lot more stuff that we're going to be bringing to you guys. Definitely appreciate everyone being here. Now almost 600 people live on X and on YouTube. Shouts out to my guest, JayMac, my brother. Jalen, I haven't come up with a stream name with him yet. Maybe after he comes up a couple more times, I'll get a little nickname for him. But shouts out to Jalen, brilliant insight. Frankie Legend,
J-Tech.
J-Tech. J-Tech. I'm gonna let him pick his name because I might.
All right. Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
But no, that would be a good one. J-Tech, Frankie Legend, the man, the myth, the legend, and my boy Mike O. Definitely appreciate you guys. And so for all you guys that are here, make sure you guys tune in. We do have XRP Las Vegas coming up next week, so it'll be kind of challenging doing a stream on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What I'll probably wind up doing is doing some live from the actual event. So we'll probably go live from the events, but not in this setup here. Definitely appreciate you guys in a major way. Make sure you guys also check out my brother Crypto Navigator each and every Wednesday. And also another stream that we won't be doing this Friday is Ladies Night. So I know a lot of you guys are extremely passionate about that stream, but we're not going to be doing that this week, but we will be going live from the actual event. So with that being said, guys, we'll appreciate you guys in a major way. And shouts out to my boy Crypto Tell. So I'm actually actually going to let us go out on this song. When the song ends, we'll be out of here. We'll all be live until the song ends. So for those of you guys tuning in, this is Crypto Tells, rest of the song. Stack it up. This is for you. Woo!
You already know, basically letting money go. Swimming in the dough as you see gets exposed. Tomorrow's the day we gon' blow. I'm better off from selling at a loss, not caring what it costs. I'm buying when it drop, waiting for the flip flop to the tip top. While you watching TikTok, so my new wristwatch hit the Vegas crypto meter. Hello, nice to meet you. Shower DAI like we do it all the time. Did a show with Lady E in the bag, man. The next night, I'm on party, so you know we had to take flight. So many years and it's still no tears. The tears selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the mooning? That's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, got them choosing. Which one? Bag it up. This one, bag it up. Pull up in a space, craft them bags.
Well, guys, I know this is my man Bagman's. Make sure you go check out XRP Bag. He goes live each and every day. Bagman will be out here with the Moon Party, XRP Las Vegas. This is XRP Bags.
Us into them bags with them stacks on us in the different bracks where they try to tax on us. Government some lies, but them bags blowing up. Spitting 16s, get them bags stuffed up. Give you more game than your mainstream rap buzz. Told you get the bag, disconnect from the fuzz. If every rapper clone, then he can't beat trust. Move to a different code so they can't tax us. Golden passports, rocket ships like Buzz. We light years ahead of the herd, like they don't want you to get rich, but die trying. But I slid you the crypto list, so start buying, and I'll see you at the tip top when we start flying. Upgrade the shit, push a button, autopilot. Party all night, so we just keep flying.
So many years and it's still no cheers.
Again, thank you guys all for being here. 600 people live on X and on YouTube. Shouts out to the Crypto4Life family. And this next bar from Blockchain Monkeys, I don't think you guys are ready for it. Here it goes.
The tears selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the mooning? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, got them choosing. This one,
here we go.
Here comes the monkey. This one,
let me get some. We're looking for that astro flip. Guacamole, I want the whole damn tip. I got my spacesuit on. Yeah, I want the whole damn shit. And if you bring in any further, bust the whole damn clip. Now, we do our own research here. Over ledger on a t-shirt here. We
Isn't that what we just talking about, doing your own research? You guys got to pay attention to the words.
in the jungle, I know. They like, monkey, how you see so clear? I did my homework, so he don't care. Yeah. Sitting on the ledger with the bag man. And I just bought Quant with my bad hand. Yes, an XTC and a little more XRP. We not playing. So basically, we repping for the same set. Because we was here way before the main net. Who would have thought that Crypto Tales would come together on a topic that we know so well? Music.
So guys, we appreciate you guys in a major way. It's your boy James, aka 68J, Frankie Legend, Mike O, JayMac, and Jalen. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, have a great night. Peace.
Thank y'all.
Take care.